Sorry about that. Had to split this one into two. Um, so Trump. So in Illinois today, I'm gonna pull this up. One moment. In Illinois today, they voted to allow Trump to stay on the ballot, pretty much, because all these states keep trying their best to get Donald Trump removed from the ballot, from the election. I mean, it's a sad attempt, but they're going to keep trying it. In all these states, they're going to keep trying it. They're not going to stop. Um, Ultimately, the Supreme Court is going to have to step in, more than likely. But I guess we'll see what happens.
Today's other headlines: former President Donald Trump will remain on the Illinois primary ballot. That state's election board declined today to remove him on the ground that his conduct surrounding the January 6th insurrection disqualified him under the U.S. Constitution.
Now, he still hasn't been charged. I mean, he still hasn't been found guilty of anything. You can't remove him until he's found guilty, if he's found guilty, which they've assumed that they've just assumed that he's definitely going to be found guilty. But all these states keep trying to remove him from the ballot. These are the same people that are telling you they don't have any legal cause to remove him yet. And these are the same people telling you that he's a dictator and he wants to use the power of the presidency to be a dictator. And it's ironic because they're doing things that is literally against the law. They're trying to, this is literally election interference, which is a federal crime. You're trying to have someone removed from a ballot because you don't like him. He hasn't been convicted of a crime yet. You can assume he's guilty all you want, but until he's actually found guilty, that doesn't matter. But they don't care because it's Trump and Trump's evil, and we should be allowed to break the rules to go after this man. Pretty much. That's pretty much what they want to sell to their base and their voters. And the thing is, their voters eat it up and they're like, all right, yeah, because it's against Trump, fine, let's do it. Let's break the rules. And it's like, okay, but then somebody else is going to come along and do it. And then someone else is going to come along and do it. And they're going to do it to somebody that you support. And you're not going to like it when it's done to that person. This is why you can't do these things just because you don't like someone. Because eventually they'll come back to bite you in the ass. Like it's happening right now with Joe Biden, pretty much. But these people don't care. They don't see past their their 2 feet. You know what I mean? They don't think that deep into the future. They don't think about the consequences, about how these things come back and bite them in the ass later. They don't think about any of this. They don't. To them, as long as it serves them well now, you know, I wouldn't even say that they'll do it now and worry about the consequences later, because they won't even worry about the consequences later. The thing is, they'll do it now and then like convince themselves that everything is fine and that there's no way possible that could ever be used in return on us. It can never happen. These people are fucking delusional. It can happen, and it's definitely gonna. And then they're all gonna cry, "Oh, this is unfair." Yeah, we know. We know it's unfair. We already know that. But this is what woke me up to the Democratic Party and how hypocritical they are, because so many of them have been exposed for doing the very things that they accuse other people of doing. I mean, just today, Cori Bush, member of the squad, Democrat, find out she's under criminal investigation by the Department of Justice for misuse of her campaign funds. Apparently, she paid her husband to be her security. Partner that with Fannie Wilson sleeping with her co-worker, which her whole case against Trump is getting ready to fall apart. They have a committee now that's investigating her. She could be impeached from her. There's just so many things that's going on. Trump joined the motion to have her disqualified from the case. This whole thing, that whole case can get dropped. There's a very, very real possibility that that whole case can just go away because of her misconduct. Nancy Pelosi on camera caught today. What does she do? She's on camera telling a woman, a Chinese protester, to go back to China. These people accuse the right of being all the things that they are. And then they get on TV and they smile in your face and pretend to be the good guys. They're not. They're not. And I'm not saying that that everyone on the right is a good is one of the good guys, or that there's no bad guys on the right. Of course there are. Come on. Come on. But the sweet, sweet irony of watching some of the things happen to some of these Democrats. Oh man, you couldn't pay for you couldn't pay for something like this to happen. It's just too sweet. It's too sweet. These people accuse people of being the nastiest things, and then they get exposed for being that which they've just accused people of. It is. You think these people would just shut the hell up and not say anything? So from now on, whenever you see a Democrat accusing somebody of being something or doing something, look deeper into that Democrat, because most likely that's what they're doing. And that's exactly what the hell keeps happening. Then you have Jean Carroll, awarded $83 million in the Trump lawsuit, despite the fact that there was never any evidence that he sexually assaulted her. So now, in the state of New York, this is how this law goes now in the state of New York. And I believe this is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. Give me one moment, I'll pull it up. Oh, I should have kept my save pulled up. I don't know why I closed it. 1 minute. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I know I saved it. Let's see. Here we go. And this should show you that this whole case is bullshit. Let's not even bring up the fact that this woman is nuttier than squirrel turds. I'm gonna pull up a video that shows you just how fucking batshit insane this woman is that accused Trump of raping her in the 90s in a Macy's dressing room. Like, come on. Donald Trump was in his Macy's, was walking through Macy's by himself, walked into a Macy's, saw you there, and just walked into the dressing room and started raping you. Are you kidding me? But this is basically the way that the law in New York works now. It says, so if an ugly woman accuses me of rape and I rightly point out that I wouldn't have raped her because she's disgusting, I get sued and have to pay 83 million. Is that the new law? So basically, if some ugly bimbo accuse you of rape, you just have to accept guilt. You basically are not even allowed to say, ill, I'd never touched that thing. That's defamation. Oh, now you can be sued. Like, are you fucking kidding me? People don't understand, man. Some of these laws and the way that they're written, it's such bullshit. He wasn't found guilty of raping her. He wasn't found guilty of sexually assaulting her. In fact, the judge, I guess, or the jury found that she said that he raped her. They found out that he never raped her. That's a fact. But he's liable for the fact that she could have been sexually assaulted. That's literally what the outcome was. You're liable for the fact that it could have happened to her. So you have to pay $83 million because you talked bad about her. Not because we can prove that you actually raped her. We have absolutely no proof. For all we know, you never even actually did it. But you're Donald Trump. And you said something that we don't like. So we're going to make you pay $83 million. And we're going to make it look like you actually, and the way the law looks, it's just going to like you're guilty of rape anyway, and then people are just gonna run with the narrative that you're guilty of rape. So crazy shit that's happening in this fucking world, man. And all this in an election year. Remind you, this woman has brought these cases up only during election year. She brought it up before. And when did she do it? 2020, right before election. And when did she do it before that? I believe 2016, right before the election. So if you were wondering, the timing was a little suspicious. I mean, but this is what happens. Tara Reid accused Joe Biden of raping her before the 2020 election. Nobody investigated it. Not one talk show brought it up. The View didn't talk about it. The news didn't really talk about it. There was a 60-minute special. That was it. To this day, when I bring it up, people are like, "Who's Tara Reid? Who's that?" I'm like, "Wow." It's insane to me that nobody knows. That nobody knows. You know what I mean? Like that shit's crazy to me. But speaking of this crazy lady that accused Trump of raping her, okay? I also want to bring up the fact that this woman has accused other men of rape. She look at this. In case you didn't know, Jean Carroll has accused many men of rape or sexually assaulting her, including a babysitter's boyfriend, a dentist, a camp counselor, an unnamed college date, an unnamed boss, and CBS chief executive Les Moonves, per the National Post. This is why she's not credible. I mean, it seems as if she just literally wakes up like, "Oh, somebody raped me." Like this woman is, I don't know, man. She seems very, very unstable to me. Like she does not seem stable. She's There's definitely something mentally not right there. And I don't know how people can't see it. You know what I mean? The truth is most people don't want to see it. People want to believe that Trump is just this super duper evil, diabolical villain. He rapes, he steals, he lies, he spies, he like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, come on. It's not even that serious. Like, are you really falling for this shit? You can't be really falling for this shit. You can't. I know it's a little narcissistic for me to go to my page, but yeah, look at those muscles. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. I'm trying to find this video of Jean Carroll. Did I pass it yet? Oh, here we are. You tell me what you think about this woman, because this woman, to me, is nuttier than squirrel turds. That's right, and I wrote that in the caption too.
Kitchen to burst because some very distinguished mice live here. Kahneman lives in the kitchen, Taberski lives in the bedroom. This is my shed. And on that side are the books that most influenced me growing up. On the door are the list of my dogs, Marky, Fortuna de la Spunky, Heidi, Tits, Bloody, and Hepburn. The streams and the
What?
rivers were dry. And it so horrified me that I came out and started painting the rocks blue to indicate that there was once a river here. And then after I got done
This
painting
woman
the
is
rocks,
crazy.
I just sort of walked over here and then did that tree and then did that tree and then I did this tree. And then
Yo.
pretty soon I've done this whole course. In the kitchen to burst because
This is the woman that Trump apparently raped. Listen, I'm not gonna laugh at I'm not laughing at rape because that's obviously horrible. It's fucking horrible. But come on, man. Do any of you actually believe that this man sexually assaulted this woman in a department store dressing room in the 90s? Trump was already a public figure in the 90s. He was a star. Are you fucking kidding me? Anybody who believes this, I'm sorry. You drank the Kool-Aid. You drink the Kool-Aid. And like Trump is Thanos to you at this point. Like, oh my God. Y'all got to turn the TV news off because they are literally misleading you. And by the way, she's awarded 83 million. She'll never get a dime. He's gonna appeal that shit, and she's not gonna see a dime of that money. She's on Rachel Maddow talking about what she's gonna buy, and she's, I'm gonna buy this and I'm gonna buy that. Do you want telling Rachel Maddow, oh, you want me to buy you a car? You want me to buy you this? You want me to buy you that? I'm gonna buy my lawyer some new fishing gear, and it's like, really? Really? So you were raped by someone and money. Money is all you needed to make the pain go away. Not to see the person that raped you go to jail, none of that. Just some money. A new condo, maybe a new sports car. I don't know, man. I call bullshit on that whole thing. I'm sorry, I just do. That woman is crazy. She lies. She's lied plenty of times, clearly, about men raping her. New York does, they've already had it out for Trump in New York. I mean, Letitia James, come on, Alvin Bragg, they've got it out for Trump. Then he has his fraud case. The judge in that case has decided the verdict before Trump even walked in the courtroom. Come on, man, wake up. This man is the only hope America has, and he is being attacked systemically. Systemically, he's being attacked systemically by all these institutions, federal, state, everything. It's crazy. They're suing him. They're trying to lock him up. They want to put him in jail for 600-700 years. Come on. Come on. Like, who the fuck do you think he is? Magneto? Jesus Christ. It's insane. But truth is, the more they do what they do to Trump, the more support he gains, the more popular he gets. And if you read some of these comments on these posts, like on Instagram, when they post stuff about like these cases, and if you go to the comments, most people know. They're commenting like, oh, this is bullshit. They're just trying to take my boy Trump down. Trump 2024, even under the hip hop blogs. Oh, we need my boy back. They just don't want to see my boy back. They just don't want to let my boy win. People know. People understand how the U.S. government works now. People were locked at home for a while. And what did people do? They learned. They started reading. They started asking questions. They started watching documentaries. They started watching videos on YouTube that people were making fun of people like, oh, where are you learning from YouTube? And guess what? Most of those people know way more than half of everybody else now. Feel me? Most of those people know way more than the people that were talking shit about them. Now those people that were talking shit are coming to those people asking those people questions that they were talking shit about. Oh, you just watching YouTube documentaries and you're now they're coming to those same people like, could you tell me what you think is about to happen? I don't know. Why don't you go watch this documentary and maybe you get some insight and maybe you can think about the future and what's to come. I don't fucking know. Figure it out on your own. And I don't word this shit the best. I don't have the best vocabulary. I'm trying my best to express it in the best way that I know how. I'm expanding my vocabulary here, here and there, little by little. So it's only going to get better with time. But, I got to start somewhere. Anyway, Taylor Swift. Oh my God, Taylor Swift. This has got to be the funniest thing that's happening in 2024. I swear to God. Taylor Swift. The mainstream media is pushing Taylor Swift vice presidency possibility. I saw that they said something about, a headline said, oh, Biden and Kamala, no, Biden and Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh God. I know it's just a joke headline, but really, you can't even put that type of shit out there nowadays. I'm not even going to pull that article up because you can't even put that type of shit out there nowadays because you got these people out here nowadays. These people who really genuinely wanted to vote for The Rock to be president. Not even because he knows anything about policy or politics or anything that he has no experience whatsoever in that field, but people will vote for him just because he's The Rock. This man wouldn't even know what to do on day one. And then people would wonder why the world is falling apart after they voted for The Rock. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. He's my favorite movie. He's my favorite wrestler. I thought he would know what to do. What the hell? He was a wrestler. He's an entertainer. Oh, yeah. But yeah, this Taylor Swift thing is it's getting a little out of hand, if you ask me. Getting a little out of hand. But this is what I want to bring up about this Taylor Swift shit. Because they're saying that, oh, a lot of conservatives or Republicans are saying, oh, they're gonna use Taylor Swift and Kelsey to push Biden, right? And I'm like, listen, there ain't a goddamn thing a celebrity or any celebrity on the planet could say that's gonna restore faith in Joe Biden. I'm sorry. There just isn't. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's just not gonna happen. This theory might make a little more sense. Read these headlines. Conservatives go next level crazy with Taylor Swift Super Bowl conspiracies. Then Rolling Stone says right-wingers say Super Bowl is rigged so Taylor Swift can endorse Biden. CNN. Right-wing media figures target Taylor Swift with absurd conspiracy theory. So what I think, I'll tell you what I think. They're trying to push a conservative versus Taylor Swift narrative or MAGA versus Taylor Swift narrative. So that way, they're going to keep obsessing over it. So that way, somebody somewhere potentially tries to harm Taylor Swift. And that particular person might be a Trump supporter. They might be wearing some type of Trump supporter garb, with MAGA hat or a Trump shirt or something. And they'll try to attack Taylor Swift. And that is what they're going to use. That is what they're going to use to say, look at these horrible MAGAs. They tried to attack Taylor Swift. We need to vote for Joe Biden. We can't allow this in our country. That seems like more probable to me. Then Taylor Swift was coming out like, yeah, Joe Biden, and everybody should just vote for Joe Biden because I'm Taylor Swift. I don't think that would work. People probably listen to Taylor Swift. I love you, but I'm not voting for that man again. Period. They may even be like, I ain't voting for Trump, but I definitely ain't voting for Biden again. I don't care what you say, Taylor. But that's the theory that I have. I think that they're going to push this whole MAGA versus Taylor Swift thing, and somebody's going to get crazy, or they're going to stage something like that. False flag, PSYOP. Pay someone to do it, put a MAGA hat on them, a Fed maybe, have them attack Taylor Swift, throw a cup of juice or something at her, or something, nothing crazy. I don't think it's going to be something where somebody tries to like physically run up and like really like try to really hurt her. But they might throw like a cup of beer at her at a game or something like that. You know what I mean? And have a MAGA hat on. And then from there, that's it. They're gonna be like, oh, we can't allow this to continue in our country. Taylor Swift attacked by crazy MAGA conspiracy theory, conspiracy theorists. Biden says, voting for Trump is not even an option type shit. And that'll turn some people into like, oh man, I support Trump, but man, I don't support this. That'll easily turn some weak people off. Some people's gonna be like, fuck yeah, I'm definitely voting for Trump now. But you're gonna get a lot of people that are like, oh, that's just too much. That's too extreme. That's just the way shit is. But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, I guess. I got one last thing though I want to talk about. Since we're talking about celebrities and celebrities endorsing Joe Biden and trying to push Joe Biden on the American people, I gotta pull this video up of Alyssa Milano absolutely gargling the sack of the Biden administration. And why? I don't know, because she has no good reason to. She has no good reason to whatsoever. I mean, the Biden administration has literally been nothing but a disaster. And here she comes with this video endorsing them, telling the world that the only way forward is with the Biden administration another 4 years. Take a look at this.
In America, where children have enough food to eat. I want to live in an America where people don't have to work 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And I want to live in an America that includes women in its constitution and passes the Equal Rights Amendment to ensure that women have equal protections under the law. And you know what? With Biden.
With Biden, we can. I don't want to live in an economy where I got to work 3 jobs. I don't know if this woman is high. I don't know if she's like just completely lost her mind. I mean, from the look at that face, I mean, she looks like she's not even there. It looks like nobody's even home. But I'm just very, very baffled. Like, these people really have to be bought and paid for. Like, somebody literally has to send her a check, and she just has to put this front on every time they do one of these, like, and people look into the camera and try their best to sell you the most blatant lie in the world. The most blatant lie. I don't want to live in America where I have to work 3 jobs. Hello? Hello? Where have you been the last 3-4 years? What the hell is... These celebrities have sold their souls. They're owned by the Democrat Party. Lord knows what they got on these people that make that they have to keep coming out, and they have no choice but to keep saying that they stand with a failed administration and a failed political party that is pushing the most insane ideologies on the American people. Hollywood and the Democratic Party go hand in hand. They own them. Hollywood is their spokesperson. And it's going to be that way. I don't even know, man. I don't know for how much longer, but it's been that way for a long time. And if we don't get serious about letting the world know that this is happening, they're going to continue to do this shit. They're going to continue to push this bullshit on the people. They're going to continue to push these lies on the people and convincing people to vote for the same failed leadership over and over again and again and again. And people need to wake up to this shit ASAP, man. I'm waking up to it now because I ain't gonna be here forever and I got kids. And I need them to understand the way these things work. That way they know what direction to go in when they get older. And not to be out here helpless, because this shit plays a bigger part in people's lives than they really than people really care to admit. Okay? Politics is the road you drive on, it's the food you eat, it's what your children are taught in schools, it's everything. That's the truth. But with that said, that's going to be the end of this one, episode 36. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I got to hit 50 subscribers on YouTube so I can start going live. I can start doing these live. I want to do them live, but I need 50 subscribers. And I'm almost there. I think I got like 8 left. So do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe, okay? I only need a couple more, and then we can start going live. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do me that favor and subscribe. Thank you. Once again, though, it's your favorite minority from the loud majority, just touching base with the bass. Take care, y'all.